Hey, so we're reading from Genesis today, from chapter 6. So we're going to start from verse 11 to chapter 9:17. And this is the flood with Noah. Now the earth was corrupt in God's sight and was full of violence. God saw how corrupt the earth had become, for all people on earth had corrupted their ways. So God said to Noah, I'm going to put an end to all people, for the earth is filled with violence. Because of them, I'm surely going to destroy both them and the earth. So make yourself an ark of cypress wood. Make rooms in it and coat it with pitch inside and out. This is how you are to be builded. The ark is to be 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high. Make roof for it, leaving below the roof an opening 1 cubit high all around. Put a door in the inside of the ark and make lower, middle and upper decks. I'm going to bring flood waters on the earth to destroy all life under the heavens. Every creature that has breath of life in it, everything on earth will perish. But I will establish my covenant with you, and you will enter the ark, you and your sons and your wife and your sons' wives with you. You are to bring into the ark 2 of all living creatures, male and female, to keep them alive with you. 2 of every kind of bird, of every kind of animal, and of every kind of creature that moves along the ground will come to you to be kept alive. You are to take every kind of food that is to be eaten and store it away as food for you and them. Noah did everything just as God commanded him.
The Lord said to Noah, Go into the ark, you and your family, you and your whole family, because I have found you righteous in this generation. Take with you 7 pairs of every kind of clean animal, a male and its mate, and 1 pair of every kind of unclean animal, a male and its mate, and also 7 pairs of every kind of bird, male and female, to keep the various kinds alive throughout the earth. 7 days from now, I will send rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights, and I will wipe from the face of the earth every living creature I have made. And Noah did all that the Lord commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the flood waters came on the earth. And Noah and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives entered the ark to escape the waters of the flood. Pair of clean and unclean animals, of birds and all creatures that move along the ground, male and female, came to Noah and entered the ark. And as God had commanded Noah. And after the 7 days of the flood waters came to the earth, he did all that the Lord had commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the flood waters came on the earth. And Noah and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives entered the ark to escape the waters of the flood. Pairs of clean and unclean animals, of birds and all creatures that move along the ground, male and female, came to Noah and entered the ark, and as God had commanded Noah. And after the 7 days, the flood waters came to the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, of the 7th day of the 2nd month, of that day, all the springs of the great deep burst forth, and the floodgates of the heavens were opened, and rain fell on the earth 40 days for 40 nights. On that very day, Noah and his sons, Sem, Ham, and Japheth, together with his wife and their wives, his 3 sons, entered the ark. They had with them every kind of animal to its kind, all livestock according to their kind, every creature that moved along the ground according to its kind, and every bird according to its kind, everything with wings, pairs of all creatures that have the breath of life in came to Noah and entered the ark. The animals going in were male and female, every living thing as God had commanded Noah. The Lord shut him in. The 40 days the flood kept coming on the earth. As the waters increased, they lifted the ark high above the earth. The waters rose and increased greatly on the earth, and the ark floated on the surface of the water. They rose greatly on the earth. For 40 days the flood kept coming on the earth. As the waters increased, they lifted the ark high above the earth. The waters rose and increased greatly on the earth, and the ark floated on the surface of the water. They rose greatly on the earth, and all the high mountains under the entire heavens were covered. The waters rose and covered the mountains to the depth of 49 cubits. Every living thing that moved on land perished, birds, livestock, and animals, all creatures that swarmed all over the earth, and all mankind. Everything on dry land that had breath of life in its nostrils died. Every living thing on the face of the earth was wiped out. People and animals and the creatures that moved along the ground and the birds were wiped from the earth. Only Noah was left, and those with him in the ark. The waters flooded the earth for 150 days.
But God remembered Noah and all the wild animals and the livestock that were with him in the ark. And he sent a wind over the earth, and the waters receded. Now the springs of the deep and the floodgates of heaven had been closed, and the rain had stopped falling from the sky. The water receded steadily from the earth. At the end of the 150 days, the water had gone down, and on the 17th day of the 7th month, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. The waters continued to recede until the 10th month. And on the first day of the 10th month, the tops of the mountains became visible. After 40 days, Noah opened a window he had made in the ark and sent out a raven, and it kept flying back and forth until the water had dried up from the earth. Then he sent out a dove to see if the water had receded from the surface of the ground, but the dove could find nowhere to perch because there was water all over the surface of the earth. So it returned to Noah in the ark. He reached out his hand and took the dove and brought it back to himself in the ark. He waited 7 more days and again sent out the dove from the ark. When the dove returned to him in the evening, in its beak was freshly plucked olive leaf. Then Noah knew that the water had receded from the earth. He waited 7 more days and he sent the dove out again, but this time it did not return to him. By the first day of the 6th month of Noah's 601st year, the water had dried up from the earth. Noah then removed the covering from the ark and saw that the surface of the ground was dry. By the 27th day of the 2nd month, the earth was completely dry. Then God said to Noah, "Come out of the ark, you and your wife and your sons and their wives. Bring out every kind of living creature that is with you, the birds, the animals, and all the creatures that move along the ground, so they can multiply on the earth and be fruitful and increase in number on it." So Noah came out, together with his sons and his wife and his sons, all the animals and the creatures that move along the ground, and all the birds, everything that moves on the land, came out of the ark, one kind after another. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord, and taking some of all the clean animals and clean birds, he sacrificed burnt offerings. The Lord smelt the pleasing aroma and said in his heart, "Never again will I curse the ground because of humans, even though every inclination of the human heart is evil from childhood, and never again will I destroy all living creatures as I have done. As long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night will never cease."
Then God blessed Noah and his sons, saying to them, "Be fruitful and increase in number, and fill the earth. The fear and the dread of you will fall on all the beasts of the earth, and all the birds in the sky, and every creature that moves along the ground, and on all the fish in the sea. They are given into your hands. Everything that lives and moves about will be food for you, just as I gave you the green plants, and now give you everything. but you must not eat meat that has its lifeblood still in it. And for your livelihood, I will surely demand an accounting. I will demand an accounting for every animal and from each human being, too. I will demand an accounting for the life of another human being. Whoever sheds human blood by human shall their blood be shed. For in the image of God has God made mankind. As for you, be fruitful and increase in number, multiply on earth and increase upon it. Then God said to Noah and his sons with him, I now establish my covenant with you and with your descendants after you, and with everything, every creature that was with you, the birds, the livestock, and all the wild animals, all those that came out of the ark with you, every living creature on earth. Establish my covenant with you. Never again will thy life be destroyed by the waters of the flood. Never again will there be a flood to destroy the earth. God said, this is a sign of the covenant I'm making between me and you and every living creature with you, a covenant for all generations to come. I have sent my rainbow in the clouds, and in it will be the sign of the covenant between me and the earth. Whenever I bring clouds over the earth and the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will remember my covenant between me and you and all the living creatures of every kind. Never again will the waters become a flood to destroy all life. Whenever the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between God and all living creatures of every kind on the earth. So God said to Noah, this is the sign of the covenant I have established between me and all life on the earth.
So my highlight from the flood is it just, Noah gives us that hope that by starting over through Noah and his family, and it's the start of God's plan, I guess, to bring us back to him. It's we can see the beginning of the plan that God is trying to bring his children back to him. Just how wicked humans can get when we're out of God's presence. Like God banished Adam and Eve from the garden because they just wanted to do their own thing. So now we're out of the garden. We can't do it without God. Like we got to the point so wicked that God had to start over basically. But Noah and his family were righteous, so he chose them to. That's sort of like that hope for humanity that we can keep going through Noah, and just the wickedness that the world got to. That God said, God in just before this passage, God was heartbroken that what the world had become, and only one family left really that was following him and being righteous to him. So
Basically, he could have wiped everything out completely. But he saw, like you say,
he still wanted us.
he still wanted us.
Like
so
I would have forgot about it.
What it stands for me, it's the obedience of Noah, because for God to say to Noah, okay, you ought to do this and this and this and this, and obey basically, especially with the ark, getting the ark together, and it took him so many years, 100 years or so, to build, and
that's our lifetime.
A lifetime for me, yes. And the obedience of continuing to have the faith of doing it day after day after day. So to me, it shows the type of person he was towards God, that he gave himself to God and saying, yes, I'll do it, and no questions asked. He just kept going, and God was beside him all the way. So it gives us hope to us that now, as we continue a journey day after day and worshiping God and being, it shows how Noah gave himself, it shows me the type of person I should be, to give myself to God and worship God day after day after day.
Have that faith.
Have that faith. I think of the people in those days, how would have thought of seeing in the middle of the desert building this huge boat ark, and the things that would have been told to, you know, the they would have thought that this guy is crazy. You know, I mean, who builds something in the middle of the desert? And to have that sort of faith in God, and it's just amazing to
Stands out for me is we're still wicked. We still don't follow God. We still want to do it our own way, but God's still with us, and it, like, you just see it every day. Turn on the news. I mean, don't even have to turn on the news. Like, you just, I mean, look at our own family. We, like, how often do we call out to God? God, why us? God, why our family? Why did this happen to us? Why did this happen to my son? Getting a call in the middle of the night, your son has just been stabbed. Rush to the hospital. I don't know if he's got enough time. I don't know if he has much more time. You need to get to the hospital now. Things like that, that's happened to us. But look at the Bible and what humans do and are like. God doesn't want that. God is heartbroken more than us. We're his children more than us. So I think whatever life is throwing at you, know that God is with you. God is for you. He doesn't want this. He's given us free will. He's given us free will to follow him, be with him, or reject him.
it's still very hard. Life is not easy, but God is with us. So that's something that we so grateful. And this story is a story of salvation. It's not the end. It started again with Noah and his family, and continues now to us, the story of salvation. That he's there for us. He continue to be with us all this way. So we have that faith that we should continue to have, to hold on. As we,
Like Noah, hold
hold
Yeah.
on the faith that he had. Later on, we'll see how he puts his plan together.
Yeah.
And this is the beginning of his plan. And it's just amazing the way that he works on one family to build up a whole world of human beings that he reproduces from the family to the rest of the world. So it's a story of salvation, a story of hope, a story of love that he has for us. So it's
And I love the rainbow.
and the rainbow, yes.
So, like, anybody will just say, wow, look at the rainbow. It's just amazing. It's a promise.
It's a promise.
And it also reminds me that he's with us. Like, when you see that, okay, he hasn't left us. Whatever you're going through, the rainbow, he hasn't left us. He's with us. He won't destroy us again. He loves us. And
Yeah.
he's got another plan.
That's right.
There's another plan,
His plan continues.
to continue.
Yeah,
And that's it.
fantastic.
Yeah.